Hey, what's happening, Disney Viewers? It's me, the Guy01, and welcome to this week's versus episode on the Walkthrough channel. This week, it's the game Triple H against the Demon, Finn Balor. It is our weekly birthday versus. We actually had quite a few birthdays this past week. It was Tori Wilson's birthday on July 24th. She turned 48. Finn Balor's birthday, July 25th. He turned 42. Yes, Finn Balor's 42. Triple H's birthday, July 27th, he turned 54, and Dolph Ziggler's birthday the same day, July 27th, he turned 43. Yes, Dolph Ziggler is 43. Funny to think that Triple H and Dolph Ziggler are only about 10 years apart in age. It's funny to think that Triple H and Finn Balor are only about 10 years apart in age. So anyway, let's get into Raw and SmackDown, because we actually got quite a bit to talk about this week. Beginning with Raw, Becky Lynch beat Zoe Stark in order to secure a rematch against Trish Stratus. That'll most likely take place at SummerSlam. Sami Zayn challenged Dominic Mysterio for the NXT North American title. During the match, we saw backstage Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest attack Kevin Owens. This distraction allowed Dominic to get a roll-up on Zayn to get the win and retain the title. Bronson Reed beat Tommaso Ciampa. In what was supposed to be Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley actually attacked Liv Morgan before the match started and beat her down. Now, the big thing that actually came out of this was a rumor going around that Liv had actually been legitimately injured during the segment and may actually be out for an extended amount of time, which sucks. I mean, really, she comes back after being gone for months, wins the tag team titles, loses the tag team titles, gets injured again. I mean, poor Liv. I mean, is she just like injury prone or what? I mean, and again, nothing's been confirmed yet. Nothing's been confirmed that she's legitimately injured or not. And I have to say, if she's not legitimately injured, she deserves an Oscar for that performance, because she might have some of the best like injury pain screams I've heard in wrestling in a while. I mean, when she like screams in pain, like you just feel bad for her. I mean, like, it just sounds so freaking real. Like, it's almost unsettling how real it sounds. Anyway, moving on with Raw. Damian Priest beat Apollo Crews in what was actually a pretty fun match. I actually don't remember the last time we saw Apollo Crews. Drew McIntyre beat Ludwig Kaiser. After the match, Gunther and Vinci attacked Drew McIntyre, which led to Matt Riddle running down to make the save for Drew. The final segment of the night was the contract signing between Seth Rollins and Finn Balor for their World Heavyweight Championship match at SummerSlam. It went exactly as you thought it would. Judgment Day attacked Seth, with Sami Zayn coming out to make the save, as well as to get payback for what Judgment Day did to Owens earlier in the night, only to get beat down as well. The night closed with Judgment Day standing tall over both Seth Rollins and Sami Zayn, which I think is something the group needed. I mean, with everything going on with it and basically the breakup basically more or less confirmed for that group, they need that moment of looking dominant and looking like a force to be reckoned with before they split. It just would have been nice if they actually would have been able to go on a run as that unstoppable force. Uh-oh. I never like the attires that are just like the tight, like the long tights and then shoes. Especially when you can see like the gap between the pants and the shoes like Balor's got on in this game. I mean, it just doesn't look good. It's like either wear boots that cover, you know, the end of the pants, or I don't know, just wear the normal trunks. It just looks weird when you can see the gap. Anyway, moving on with SmackDown. The first match of the night was the finals of the, well, I guess semifinals of the US title invitational, where Rey Mysterio faced Santos Escobar. The winner would then go on to face Austin Theory for the US title. Disappointing is probably how I describe it, mainly because if you're watching on TV, you actually didn't see the finish of the match. They went to commercial, and then when they came back, Michael Cole announced that Rey had been injured, and the ref stopped the match and announced Santos as the winner. None of that happened on TV. It all happened during the commercial break. So if Liv's injury wasn't legitimate, Rey's almost definitely is, because why else would they stop the match during a commercial break and not show the finish? So now the question now that arises from this, was Rey actually meant to win the match and go on to face Theory, or was the plan for Santos to win from the beginning? So once that answer gets questioned, now it becomes, okay, now do they actually pull the trigger with Santos beating Theory? And I think if Santos Escobar ends up beating Theory to becoming champion, I think we can assume that he was meant to win without Rey getting injured or not. But yeah, Rey getting injured during the match, and the match basically not happening because of it, that's going to kind of hurt the whole build. Man, it's just been a bad week for injuries, huh? Uh-oh. Hello, Mr. Money in the Bank. Oh, no, you don't. Aha, take his leg out. Moving on to SmackDown. LA Knight beat Ashanti the Adonis of Hit Row in his first win in, I think, a few weeks, if I'm not mistaken. Bianca Belair and Charlotte Flair beat Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville, who I feel like I should remind you are the new women's tag team champions, who just lost to two women who have never partnered before, or actually no, they have partnered before, haven't they? I don't know, but they're not a regular team is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, that's your women's tag team champions right there. Which, I mean, that kind of stuff happens all the time, where you got two main eventers beating an established tag team just because they're the main eventers. Of course they're going to win. They're the real stars. Moving on, Karrion Kross beat Carl Anderson, trying to continue his feud with AJ, which I feel like people have to be reminded is even happening every week, just because so little actually happens with it. And the final match of the night, Jey Uso beat Grayson Waller before being jumped by Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa and getting beaten down by both of them. And that was it for SmackDown. I think the big thing to come out of that was, one, just everything involving Jey Uso and Roman Reigns. The first big segment of the night was a confrontation between the two of them, which was probably the highlight of the show. And also Rey getting injured. That was probably the, I don't want to say highlight, but that's going to be what people probably remember most, or one of the things, other than the Jey Uso Reigns segment. But yeah, SummerSlam is what, in 1 week? It's next Sunday, or Saturday? Oh no! Ooh. So SummerSlam is like, you know, picking up. It is going to be a fun card. Now we just kind of fill in that last week before the show. We'll see what they do with it. All right. Game over. Count it. Well, that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I make new videos all the time. Stay tuned for next week's Versus, and next week where we start our new walkthrough series. That's right, we're finally starting a new series. We have officially finished Injustice 2. We are completely done with the game. Done the whole story, all the various endings. We're done. It's over. No more. So next week we begin our new series, Arkham Asylum, which will be interesting because I have not played that game in close to a decade. And I've never actually finished it. I've only gotten about, I would say about 5% through. So that'll be interesting. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Guy01 and the Cerebral Assassin, Triple H, signing out. Bye guys.